inside of this box is a late version of a machine that has run for a long time. We have ourselves a little Hitachi Powerhouse 790. This machine looks okay at a glance, but it stinks. So let's have a look, see what we have, see how well it works, and try and do that quickly enough that I can then strip it down and clean it out. Let's have a look. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and Hitachi chums. How are you today? We have ourselves a CV790, which is very odd to see. A later version of the Powerhouse. I want to say this is probably the one that was, I'm sure, sold around the early 2000s and something like that. And it's a very classic design. My granny had the older 90s version, but they carried on with them. What else do we have? We have the hose, but oh dear, sadly the hose end has done what a lot of Hitachi hose ends do and snapped. And being grey is a little bit of a pain because you now have to find a grey replacement end. We have our 3 wands. Hitachi are synonymous with having 3 little wands. They used to do the stowaway. We used to have 3/4 of one of those a few years ago. And yeah, the wands would fit into the machine when they were together, and they were apart even. And then we have the lovely Hitachi floor head, which still just about works. The brushes go up and down nicely, but it's a bit grim, it's a bit manky, and it certainly has seen some use. But oh, what a quintessential Hitachi experience this is. This is the common machine. Oh gosh, bar that hose end. I mean, the first thing I'm going to do really is put a cable tie around it so it doesn't get any worse, so we can vacuum in a minute with hopefully this machine. What have we got? It's a 1300 watt Powerhouse. We have ourselves a moulded plug, so this will tell you how old it is. The early 90s machines wouldn't have had that moulded plug. Cable goes back in. What more do you want? And that's it. I cannot see any built-in tools. I guess we're going to go straight for this bag housing. Again, it all seems quite clean. There is, I don't quite know what that is, but oh, yeah, the whole machine is just, but there'll be some foam in there, and that's going to be absolutely disgusting. In here, well, this is how you clean the filter. You take this cage out and smash it around, and then clip that back in, and then pull the whole thing out. But again, I don't want to be doing that quite yet because, oh, that does stink. That is, oh, I think it's been used, sadly, to vacuum up cigarette ash, which, I mean, I'm an occasional smoker myself. I don't like the smell of stale cigarette ash. Oh my goodness, it's going to have the back door open, I think, when I test this out in a second. Let's see if it runs. 5 pointers this way with the back door open there. Hopefully it'll take as much of this out as possible. And then after filming this, I can drop that entire filter unit into a package of soapy biological water. Right, let's plug it in and see if it turns on. Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Yeah, that seems to run not too bad. Let's get some tools connected. And now that we have a hose with hopefully not a massive crack in it, because Mr. Hubnut will keep it closed, yeah, we can see what airflow it pulls, or what water lift. Ooh, 80. 75. Marvellous. Oh, that's very decent. Oh, this is tall. And yeah, lovely Hitachi floor head glide. Oodles of airflow. Oh, God. but that smell is just intolerable. So I think we're going to leave this here for now, because I don't want to spend another second in its presence with it smelling like that. I think because there's not a lot to this machine, we may as well combine the before and the after video into one. So let's come back in a bit when it is less stinky. And then with a nice bucket of hot soapy water with all of these plastic bits off, that can sit there for a couple of hours. Look at the state of that already. Do you remember the Hitachi Powerhouse 790 vacuum cleaner? Well, it has been fully stripped, fully washed, the filter was washed 3 times, and then polished and scrubbed, and it just about smells nothing. This thing absolutely stank. You would have probably been better to just set fire to it, but that wouldn't be a good thing to do, because these little vacuums do pack a lovely little punch. Let's have a look at how this came out, marvel at how clean it is, look at the modification that of course we have done, and see how well it works. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and Japanese, I think Hitachi's vacuum charms. How are you today? Yes, this design, as I alluded to in the previous video, is one that we have had quite a lot of in the UK. I'm guessing you guys got it elsewhere as well. Do let me know down below. And yeah, in terms of tools, you have your typical Hitachi hose, going into your typical Hitachi hose end, which is currently being fixed with a hub nut cable tie, because Hitachi, they do split, and there's not a lot you can do because of the way that this fits in here. As soon as you put any force in, even glue just opens up the crack. So this is the second best solution. The best solution is find a whole new end, but that is not my problem to fix or find, and the owner thinks he has one anyway, so that could be okay. Then we have our stereotypical 3 Hitachi ones that they kept doing even after, you know, this isn't a stowaway machine or anything. So yeah, that is very nice. And then our glorious floor tool. Hitachi floor tools are always quite nice because they have these rubber flaps. I mean, probably not nice on deep pile carpet, but on, you know, flat stuff like this, they're very nice. Or you can pop the little brushes up and have it do slightly less scrapey on the hard floor, which is very nice indeed. They are lovely floor heads. And yeah, this one is in grey, matching the machine. I've seen them in beige. We've got a beige one with the CV790. I've seen them in brown. I've seen them in black. And now I've seen them in grey. Very nice indeed. As for the vacuum itself, wow, it's pretty much on the outside, it was already quite clean. So, you know, I've got a few little paint scuffs off, but that's not really the big thing. The big thing was how filthy and disgusting this all was. All the foam inside was just perished and gone. Now, that is a nice new Miele, it's a Miele pre-filter actually, it's not a post-HEPA filter, it's just a pre-filter. Looks quite nice there. We have our piston indicator, our cord wheel has been retensioned and gone back in very nicely indeed. And then we have our filter, which isn't actually together properly. There we go, click like that, because yeah, you're supposed to unclick it and then flap it about and then empty it out. And I mean, that hadn't been done for a long time, as I'm sure you remember. And this thing stank, and it only just about smells of nothing / my very powerful lavender Tesco washing liquid that I use, but there is still a mildly musty smell. Then we have a bag, because you can just about bag these up. Inside of there is a cut down pneumatic hose end cuff stuffed into the end of the hose. Actually, that's why we didn't take the hose out until now. It just goes in there, good enough. You can click that in and then never take the hose out again, because our good friend the Vax Sahara bag is here to help. that can go on there like so. Then this filter, oh no, don't come out. This filter then pushes into there like that, and then the whole thing makes together, and you would never know. What I also found, but look, there is wiring run and wiring channels. In fact, I think, I'm sure this bit's quite easy to take out. Look, there's wiring runs for a power lead. I don't think I've ever seen one of these with a power hose. Where is it? You can see it here somewhere as well. It's behind that part now, but yeah, you can see where the wiring would and should run through the machine. So that's quite exciting. Comment down below if you've ever seen an electric hose version of one of these, and then I shall get this back together and we'll turn it on and see how it sounds and smells now. Right, we are plugged in. These are very nice sounding machines actually. Not very noisy. And in theory, quite a bit of airflow. Ooh. 80, 75. Oh, I'm calling that 80. So, yeah. 60, no, God, yeah, 78, 75, 78. We'll have a look at it on the video. I'm not fussed right now. Right now, oh, how am I, cable, go away. Pop you there, pop you there, and yes, we can do some vacuuming. And we can start by vacuuming up some of these air freshener crystals, because yeah, I still don't think that filter is completely smell free, but having some of these in a bag will help. It's clamping itself down nicely, no snow plowing. It's just a pleasurable thing to do. Comes out of that and sticks itself down to the carpet. It's a very nice thing all round. If you do ever see a nice older, I'll say older, this one's probably 2000s, but you know what I mean, Hitachi cylinder vacuum, especially if it's complete with its floor tool, you really should pick it up because they are lovely machines. Do you have any experience with Hitachi cylinders of the 90s and noughties? If so, do let me know in the comments down below. But this one now doesn't sting like it's been vacuuming out ashtrays since the moment it came out of its box. And that is good. That is pretty much all we had to do. And on that note, I will say goodbye. And me and another Hitachi will see you soon. Bye bye.